Welcome. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to sketch xy equals 1 in 3 dimensions. And as always, I like to sketch all of my x, y, and z axes so they correspond to GeoGebra. And in GeoGebra, the x-axis is in red. And this is positive, this is negative. In GeoGebra, the y-axis is in green. And when I say red and green, I mean in 3 dimensions. This is the negative y-axis, this is the positive y-axis. And normally I wouldn't label what positive and negative are, but it'll help when we switch to 3 dimensions. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite this as y equals 1 over x. So in 2 dimensions, this looks like this. There is a vertical asymptote and a horizontal asymptote at y equals 0 and x equals 0. So in 3 dimensions, you can imagine these 2 sheets going off indefinitely, but let's sketch that a little better. So again, I'm going to do the x-axis coming out here, and this is the positive x-axis here, negative x-axis. The y-axis is going to be flat. This is the positive y, negative y. And then the z-axis is in blue. Here's z, and this is the positive and negative. So now let's translate this a bit. In quadrant 1 here, this is quadrant 1 in the xy plane. We have our curve. So let's find that here. Here, x is positive and y is positive right here. So our curve is going to be here. All right. And then here in quadrant 3, we also have the other portion of the curve where x and y are both negative. So hopefully you can see why these labels are a bit helpful. So that would be this plane, this part of the plane right here. There we are. And now these are sheets that are going to go on vertically parallel to the z-axis. There we are. And now this one, I think, is the first one that really benefits most from seeing this done by a computer. Since the way I sketch it, at least, there's a lot going on here, and that can be a little tricky. So let's go to GeoGebra. So here we are in GeoGebra with our labeled X, Y, and Z axis, which can be done by creating points, changing their color, and changing their caption, which I've demonstrated how to do in a previous video. And what we're going to type in here is X, and then hit times. So on my computer, it's Shift 8 to get the multiplication. XY equals 1. If you don't do that, you'll get something weird. So you have to make sure to hit times. So X times Y equals 1. And there you are. As I said, this is a lot easier to see with technology, but we can rotate around. And there we are. Here is the positive x-axis, positive y-axis, and this is similar to what we saw in 2 dimensions. And it kind of goes away when I make the plane flat, so I'm not going to make it completely flat in the xy plane. I hope you found this video helpful.